Hey everybody, it's Mix Bergs from Cape Flattery School District. Thanks for joining me in the last video where I showed you a little bit about the Chromebook and the Chrome tablet that your student was assigned. In this video, I would like to take you on a quick tour of using the Google Chrome app, which is going to be the student's internet browser on their device, as well as some quick notes about your student's Google email called Gmail and your student's Google Calendar. Let's take a look. Here you see I have a blank Google page open. Now, something that's really handy about the search bars in Google is not only do they search, but they also hold the website. So take a look at that. You can see I have google.com typed in here, but I could also open a new tab and use it to search for anything I'd want. So let's say I wanted to learn more about the Cape Flattery Trail. I could just type in Cape Flattery and search, just the same as I would using a website in the top bar. Pretty handy. So let's exit out of this tab. Now, in Chrome, there's a really easy bookmark for all of the Google apps. We call it the waffle, and you can sort of see why. It's a 3x3 grid. And here are the majority of the Google apps that your student will be using throughout the year. Every student won't use all of these apps, but it is still nice to know where the waffle is because every student will use some of these apps. Now, the app that I want to focus on right now is Gmail, and that's your student's Google email account. So now that we're here in their inbox, let me give you a couple pointers about the student security. So our district security exists in a couple different levels. The first is for elementary students. Elementary students have the most security and the most protections. They are incapable of sending and receiving emails to outside addresses. So your personal email address, other advertisements from third-party apps, all of that stuff will be closed off to their accounts. They will not be able to send or receive emails to people who do not have a Cape Flattery School District email account. Very secure for our elementary students. The next level are our middle school and high school students. They have a little bit of flexibility depending on their administrator because middle schoolers and high schoolers have different volunteer opportunities. They're entering the workforce. So we would like them to have a professional email, and their school account can be that for them. But that will depend on the school administrator in terms of what email addresses they can and cannot have access to. So please be in touch with your middle school or high school administrator for more information on that. Now, when I say it's a closed system and all of our emails are linked together, let's take a look at a handy feature of that. If I come over here to compose a new email, anytime you see the plus sign in a Google product, that's going to mean it's creating something new. I have my new message, and let's say I want to send an email to my building principal. I'm going to start typing in her name, A-M-U-R, and before I get even more letters in there, her name already pops up, Alice Murner. So I'm going to click on Mrs. Murner's name. I can fill in my subject. I can type in my question for Mrs. Murner and press send. Super easy to access anybody in the district. So it will be no problem for you or your student to be able to access your student's teacher via email. Now you can see I have the calendar app open. I use this icon to turn that on and off, and it shows you the day that it is when you're opening and viewing it. So you can go ahead and use this to open calendar in a new tab, or of course you can use the waffle to access the calendar. That is what the app looks like. So this is a place where they can create their own events and reminders. Maybe they want to put in someone's birthday or something that's going on in their own life. Perfectly acceptable for them to use this calendar as they see fit. In the age of digital information and digital citizenship, responsibility and appointment keeping is a huge part of being a citizen nowadays. So feel free to allow your student to use this calendar for how they would like to organize their schedules. I'm going to exit out of my calendar. And one thing to know is that the Google Classroom will allow your student to receive notifications to their inbox and see their assignments in their calendar. My student account isn't enrolled in any Google Classrooms yet, so let's get them enrolled.